Hello and welcome to the Great Game Debate Podcast, where we bring our A game to great debates. As always, I'm your host, Caden. Very excited to be back and recording with my homies this week. Of course, we have Jonah, the godfather of the debate. How are you doing, my friend?
Do good. I got to go to another con today. Took my daughter to her very first convention, and she got to cosplay as Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters. And you know what? It turned out pretty
And
good.
that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Very nice. And of course, we're not complete without our man in the land of the down under, Steven. How are you doing, my friend?
Good. Love that smooth intro.
You can hear my gears turning. And we're very excited this week to have a special guest, Breeze, who is a designer at Zephyr Workshop, making the board game Aegis, combining robot strategy game. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's almost Halloween.
It sure is the best time of the year. I took my 2-year-old son to Spirit Halloween for costume shopping today, and immediately when I walked in the door, there was some random lady staring at us, and she like said loudly enough to her partner while looking directly at us. She's like, "I know they did not bring that baby in here." It's like, there's crazy animatronics of like zombies and ghouls dismembered and stuff, but he thinks it's cool. We got him a Cookie Monster costume
Oh,
and a
very
Cookie
nice.
Monster candy pail that just looks like a severed head of Cookie Monster because it's
Nice.
just
Wow.
that'd be sick. Before we continue, a quick shout out to our patrons. Thank you so much to Dan Giesland, Pucho, Randall Reborn, and Cherie Clark. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
So we have a good show lined up for you guys today. We've got a debate coming right up between myself and Breeze, and then we'll pick Breeze's brain in an interview about developing tabletop games, followed by community questions, and then a quick game planned by myself. So look forward to that. And I will turn things over now to Jonah for the debate.
We have video games and we have board games. But the question today is, should they be the same? Our debate topic this week is video game adaptation or board game adaptations of video games. And representing for is Caden, and representing against is Breeze. So, Breeze, as our guest, would you like to open or close the debate today?
I guess we can. Oh, I guess I can open it.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
All right.
confident.
So
Hold on. Each contestant will have 2 minutes
I'm loving
for
the
each
contest.
section, and then they also will have Steven as the assist trophy today. All right, Breeze, you've got 2 minutes on the clock for your opening statement. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So, as board games have become more popular, a recent trend is to make every popular video game and movie and comic book IP into a board game. Um, is this a good thing? Do these games usually turn out well? Should people buy them? I am cynical on this trend, and as someone who makes board games for a living and also develops board games for publishers, sometimes for these IPs, um, no, I don't think every IP needs a board game. I think that many times these games are extremely half-baked. They go to Kickstarter, people recognize a familiar logo, and then the game makes $5 million. And then it falls behind 2 years in production. It gets sent to people. The box is the size of a refrigerator, and then no one opens it. And then the cycle continues. If it doesn't drive the company that published it out of business. And I think the board gamers at large, or even video gamers, need to be a little bit more savvy on what they back.
30 seconds.
And maybe sometimes you should back something that is reminiscent of a video game or movie you like. instead of just backing the thing that has the logo on it. Because usually they are built on a very tight time frame with business forces that make them not be as good as they could be behind the scenes.
Time.
Usually just timeline related stuff, or just teams that don't actually know the IP that they're building, but they got to build it real quick. And
We're gonna cut you off there. That's your
Yeah,
2
that's
minutes.
time. That's your 2 minutes.
that concludes my opening statement.
There
Thank
you go.
you.
Exactly.
All right, Caden. You've got 2 minutes on the clock for your opening statement. 3, 2, 1, debate.
All right, my friends. Herein lies the essence of my debate. One day, the world will end. No more electricity. No more solar power. No more wind power. No more nuclear power. No more coal power. How then will you play your video games if not with a board game adaptation? No longer will you run along the beautiful, gloomy fields of Limgrave and Elden Ring on your PC. No longer will you, uh, explode a fuel tank off the back of a Fireclaw in Horizon Zero Dawn on your PC. The only way you'll be able to relive your nostalgic memories of these games in the end times is with physical media that does not require electricity. And yes, I hear what you may be saying. You will need light to see by. How will you play these games when the ash cloud blots out the sun and there's no electricity to provide electric lighting? Well, the kids these days, the young kids may not be aware of this fact, but back in my day, we used to have these things called candles, you know? So you just
30
light your
seconds.
candle, stick it next to your plank of irradiated, rotted out wood that you sourced from a ruin of a house to use as your tabletop, and then journey once again and the lands between. I see the rest of my time.
All right, leaving 10 seconds on the table. Very nice. All right. Steven, as our assist trophy, how are you feeling with this first round?
Depressed on both counts. Like everyone, it was like super serious and also super post-apocalyptic, but like, and I don't know which one depresses me more. So it's like, like both of them. There's good points to be made. Like, and that is the thing. Like, it is true that video games are not dying in like, the post-apocalyptic sense, but like online games, just don't exist anymore.
Mhm.
So that's it. Like, so for some people, it's like, oh, this is my one way I could get my fix. But at
That
the
is true.
same time, it is that question of like, is what's being put out there actually good quality, or is it just selling itself based off of a name?
Yeah.
Like, even like new Pokemon games.
I think my favorite
know.
I think my favorite thing that Caden brought up in his opening statement was that you break into a house to get a plank of irradiated wood to play your game
And then
on.
there's an immaculate board game.
The board game is perfectly mint condition.
Unit in the
Except for
shrink
the
wrap.
dice, like they've had to
Played.
use sheep bones again for the dice.
Yeah, it's all these sad nerds that drop their loads and loads of money in putting all these board games in a storage container. But
bunker.
there's yeah, the bunker of games, but there's no like furniture or whatever for you to play on. All right, we'll go on to round 2, just letting both contestants know we still have Steven as the assist trophy available. He will be your additional 30 seconds if you would like to use him. He is not mandatory. Breeze, we are going into round 2, which is a rebuttal. You've got 2 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, debate.
Well, I do concede to the point. I do concede to the point where one day the world will end, and these board games will be the only vestige of the video games that they were based on. However, we must consider that using energy and oil and plastic and trees to create these games will accelerate the apocalypse that will lead
Damn.
to the video games no longer being playable, um, along with crashes in biodiversity as all of the dolphins choke on miniatures of Margit from Elden Ring. And slowly, as all of these unsold copies of like the Mass Effect board game uh, pollute the bays of Malaysia, which is probably canonically true. Um, so we have to consider, yeah, the board games are so they cost so many resources to make, and they cost so many resources to maintain after they've been printed. They just take up space. So many thousands of cubic meters of space to fulfill these 50,000 Kickstarter backers. And where does it all go after it doesn't sell? Well, the answer is the ocean. And what
30
and
seconds.
what thrives on the ocean? All life. Um, and yeah, I'll use that assist trophy. Uh, would you like to piggyback off of my point or add anything,
Definitely.
Steven?
This will show you why not all video games should be adapted. This is Nintendopoly, and the thing to understand about this is that you buy people.
Ugh.
I I don't think that's like legal anymore.
10 seconds.
So, again, just talking about like ethics in like consumerism, don't support this. No
Time.
more.
All right, Breeze, you've got 15 seconds. You can use it or lose it.
I'll concede. Back to you.
All right, 15 seconds on the table. All right, Caden. I don't know how you're going to come back from this, but you've got 2 minutes to tell us. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Yes, well, while my position may be a fact contributing to the impending apocalypse, there's a different matter I'd like to consider. One of kind of like the pillars, in my opinion, of tabletop gaming is, you know, co-op or just multiplayer. There's solo gaming is a thing, but I think most of the most popular and successful tabletop games are multiplayer. And, multiplayer is something that's a lot harder to implement in video games. And, it's either just not, or in some cases it can be done poorly. And, we look at some examples of like, uh, well, again, the Elden Ring board game, or like the Slay the Spire board game adaptation, that are, in a sense, improving upon the co-op experience of the original video games. I mean, Slay the Spire just doesn't have co-op. Now you can play it with your friends in the board game. Elden Ring, as we all know, unfortunately has, as all Souls games do, one of the worst co-op systems of all time. It's like, let's join together. Oh, you're disconnected. Sorry. Or, oh, we beat the boss. You're disconnected on purpose as a feature. Sorry. And in the board game, you just are always connected. You have a perfect online
30
connection
seconds.
all the time to the person sitting at the same table as you. Steven, assist trophy, go.
That is the thing about video games, is that there are so many amazing mini games in video games that could be adapted so well. So it's just like, and people yearn for that. Every single Final Fantasy game has a card game or some sort of like mini game that is so fundamentally good, if not better than the video game
10 seconds.
itself, that it just deserves to be made. The worst thing is that, yes, we do get these cash grab ones, but we want the really good ones. Let's see the quality.
Time. Caden, you've got 25 seconds. You can use it or lose it.
Let me see here.
You're using it.
One time I was in the mall as a wee child of like 8 years old, and my parents said, "You can have whatever you want." And I gravitated towards a display case of one of the most
10
classic board
seconds.
games of all time, chess. And it was like a $200 chess set of like a Chinese theme, and all the characters were like faux red and
Time.
green jade. Okay.
What that has to do with anything, I don't know.
It was like an Abe Simpson,
We'll never
like,
know.
you know, down
Come on,
memory
chess
lane
it's
reference.
a video game. It's circular.
All right, taking it back to Steven. What are your thoughts so far on the debate? We man, it's
I already feel like
it's very neck and neck for me, honestly.
Yeah, I just feel that standard white guilt for the Dolphins, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just yeah.
Interesting that it's neck and neck for Jonah. It's like to him, like the ability to play like Slay the Spire co-op, like balances out, like contributing to the destruction of natural world.
See,
I just imagine that the Elden Ring board game has to say, "Please ask your friends to leave after you defeat one boss."
See, that's what I was thinking. I was like thinking, what happens if my friends get disconnected? Like you beat the boss and then just like
yeah,
they just die.
Hit with the Tron laser, bro.
All right, we'll go into the third and final round. Breeze, this is your closing thoughts. All assist trophies have been used for the debate. It is time. You've got 2 minutes on the clock. Let's close this thing. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Funny mentioning your friends disconnecting after fighting one boss in the Elden Ring board game, because that is functionally how it works. Because playing the Elden Ring board game takes like 3 hours to do about 20 minutes of gameplay. Compared to the video game, which is where a lot of video game board games kind of sit. They take like a little game like Darkest Dungeon and they turn it into like a 4-hour entire night experience to like run through one loop of what would normally be very quick. And then to the other what was the other point? Aside from the Dolphins.
Something about jade chess pieces.
Aside from the chess pieces. What did oh god, what else, what was what was the other thing you said?
To be honest, I don't know if I had another point. I think I just talked about co-op.
Oh yeah, the adding co-op to single player video game, that is the thing that board games excel at. But it is interesting because they give an entirely different experience to the game. So should they just be a different game altogether? And it's like, oh, you have a Devil May Cry game where 4 players play Devil May Cry. Well, that's not really Devil May Cry. That's just a co-op card game with the
30
Devil May
seconds.
Cry logo on it to make you buy it. And we have to consider, is that really an adaptation of the board? Is that really an adaptation of the video game? Or did they just give you something different that you bought because you wanted the Dante miniature? I guess that's what I got.
All right, leaving 10 seconds on the table. Caden, let's wrap this thing up. You've got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
All right, my final point I'd like you to consider is one of compassion and humanitarianism. Let us think about where the money goes with these board game and video game adaptations. Think of how on every tier, every level of business and industry, the people at the top pay as little as they could possibly get away with, so that most of it funnels into the pockets of the few at the top. Your Shigeru Miyamoto's, your whoever the president of Sony is at this time, whoever the president of Capcom is at the time. Now, let's look at Monster Hunter Wilds, okay? A game that came out and sold immediately like 10 million copies just off of the hype of how good previous Monster Hunter games were, and then sales immediately dropped off a cliff once everybody was like, oh, this game actually sucks ass. And now the president of Capcom, Mr. Capcom himself, he's starving, dude. He's losing so much money that he's having to lay thousands of people off just so that he can still survive and provide for his family. So how do we supplement Mr. Capcom's income? Okay, you buy the Steam Force, so it is
30 seconds.
board game adaptation of Monster Hunter World. And you don't just buy that; you buy each of the like 4, 5, 6 expansions too, and then Mr. Capcom does not have to become homeless. That's what I'm asking you to do. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That is one way to end. Thank you, Mr. Capcom.
Please do a capitalism for us.
Please.
Oh, is that what the cap in Capcom stands for? Is capitalism?
Capitalistic company, Capcom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a wild end of the debate. Steven, as our beloved assist trophy, let me hear your thoughts. Give me your vote.
Yeah, I wrote it down a couple notes, yeah, for like assist trophy stuff, but definitely those points sort of came up. It's just one of the things that I note is the best the best board games get video game adaptations. Like, so it shows that the best ideas are those original ideas. Whether it's, Catan or, Monopoly or whatever it happens to be. It can be simple or it can be complicated, Wingspan, all that sort of stuff. It's like, those are such unique experiences. And again, talking about the complexity part, yeah, it is really annoying. If you're gonna do a known IP and do it as a board game, you shouldn't make it. You should make it for the layman, because obviously if someone is shilling out the money and they're like, oh, I love, Monster Hunter or wherever it is, it's like, get me fighting monsters straight away. It's like, don't make me set up a board for 3 hours. We have to talk through the rules for half an hour. We still don't understand the rules. We'll do a practice run, and then it just sucks. And then exactly, just collects dust in the attic or in the cupboard somewhere. Because I fall for it. Like I said, got this stupid Nintendo Monopoly because it's like, hey, there's those characters, but it doesn't change the game. It's still just Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely, my stance definitely goes towards not having video game adaptation. But there are so many card games inside of video games that could definitely be adapted. But it's just about that idea of quality over quantity and just selling shit on a name.
That's what I was gonna bring up is when we went up to PAX, Hunter Pearson ended up buying the Gwent box set. And it was cool, man. Like
But does it have the entire
yes
card sets?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
It was a lot of cards. But yeah, it was
better
really cool.
than making it into actual booster packs. Like, just give me the entire game is nice. Like, I'm sure it was expensive.
You didn't say who your vote was going towards.
It's going towards Breeze, yeah.
Okay,
sure.
awesome. My
save the Dolphins, man. Save the Dolphins.
Save the Dolphins. I think for me as well, it's gonna go towards Breeze. I don't know where Caden was going with his closing thoughts, but it was.
What about the Jade chess set? We didn't get to the end of that story either.
That's for the patrons. You'll get the other half in the Patreon feed. But something that's really like a fun little behind the scenes that I think everyone should know. If you've noticed, we're missing a member today, and that is Austin. It's because Austin has taken vacation from work and stuff. He's taking 2 weeks off for his birthday. Austin is currently out of town visiting some friends who are together to play the Elder Scrolls board game.
Really? That's hilarious and awesome.
Damn.
So
Since I could take off my devil horns now that the debate is over, I just want to say one of my few experiences with video game board game adaptations is both the Dark Souls board game and the Dark Souls tabletop role playing game. And those are both the worst tabletop game and the worst tabletop role playing game I've ever played. Like, they're so bad, dude. Like, it's terrible.
I mean, is it
You're
just
not alone in that.
is it just like expecting
Here's
too much of the players to just make
No,
like
here's
D&D
what I can
modules
boil it
based
down
off of
to.
like these games, and so you kind of do like a homebrew thing based off of D&D module? Because I feel like
people
that would
who
be a
really
lot.
probably care will do that. Yeah.
No, I feel like that would just be more successful because like then there's like this rule set that your player base is already going to know, and then you're just implementing lore and what have you, and then
Oh, you mean like literally?
I love
from
that
software.
Jonah asked
Sorry,
a question about what was wrong with the quality of the Souls game, but then didn't let you answer.
Yeah. Anyway, we're spinning out of control here. Let's
I don't
circle
care
back
about
to
the Souls game.
let's circle back to the debate. Let's
No,
judge it.
I'm saying instead of making whole board games, just make D&D modules.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it for
I
sure.
thought it would be better, honestly. Maybe still better, but who knows? I also hate D&D though, and Wizards of the Coast too, so Anyway, so yeah, Jonah, take us out.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off, but take us out. Okay. All right. Well, that was the debate. If you'd like to vote, you can cast your votes in the Cast Your Votes channel of the Discord. I remembered this time. And we'd love to see you there. Now for some community questions.
All right. Before we get to community questions, I do just want to pick our guest's brain. So, Breeze, if you'd like to, for our listeners, just introduce yourself, and you can plug yourself, plug Zephyr Workshop, any kind of social media, anything like that, and then why don't we start after that with you just giving us like the pitch for Aegis?
Yeah. So my name is Breeze. I make board games. It's like all I do, I guess. I make my own games through my publishing company, Zephyr Workshop. We make a game called Aegis, Combining Robots. And then I also work as a board game developer where other publishers will have like unfinished games that need like finishing, or like games that just exist as like a prototype that need like building and things like that. So I guess it's like kind of like being a ghostwriter, where we'll take like just board games in all sorts of states, and me and like my cohorts will polish them up and make them all nice and cool and good. Most of the time that's like before it goes on Kickstarter. Sometimes it's after it goes on Kickstarter, where people have already
Wow.
given the game money and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, we have to make this good now. Please help." And but yeah, no, it's pretty interesting. And then like my board game is, I like to call it, it's like a video game made out of cardboard. I come from a very video
Mhm.
gamer background. I play a lot of like tactics games and JRPGs and
Nice.
things like that.
Hell yeah.
And like Aegis is like Pokemon, Voltron, Fire Emblem, Advance Wars. You have a team of 5 robots. You fight against your opponent's team of 5 robots. There's 5 different types of robot: assault, evasive, guard, intel, and support. Spells Aegis. And you always start with 5 small robots in play, and you can combine them together into bigger robots. It's like a grid-based tactics game. You have 5 cards and 5 pieces in front of you, and you move them around and stuff. And usually a game takes like 30 minutes. It's pretty quick to set up. And yeah, it came out a couple years ago. Everyone really liked it, so we reprinted it recently, and we made an all-new sequel. So now I have 2 games,
Oh yeah.
alongside like a bunch of other like Aegis stuff. But yeah, you can get either Aegis game or alone, or you can mix and match them together. They're kind of like sets of Pokemon in a way, and both boxes are like entirely different, but have like the same core rules. Um, and yeah, we have like scenario books. There's like 40 scenarios across both games. That's almost like a video game campaign. It takes you through a story, and yeah, it's been pretty neat. It took quite a while to make both boxes, and it just delivered on Kickstarter a few months ago.
So
Um,
cool.
it was very cathartic to finally
Mhm.
not be working on the game anymore and have people actually have it and play it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, no, it's yeah, that's Aegis. People should get it. It's like very reminiscent of like, aesthetically, it's like very like Gurren Lagann Advance Wars sort
Mhm.
of thing.
I've seen it in
Um,
person. The art is so rad. You guys
thank
really do
you.
need to check it out. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, I did all the art for like the first game, a good
Oh,
majority of
wow.
it, and then in the second game we had money, so it was a really great team of like 5 artists that worked on Aegis 2, but it all still looks like it's part of like the same art style. And Aegis 2 is just like shinier and better, and there's like 200 unique robots across both boxes. It's like
Holy.
it is really absurd how big the game is in retrospect, but you still only ever use like 5 dudes and a little fusion deck of combined guys, and the game's quick, but content. Um,
Content.
it really, I don't know, yeah, it came from like my friend showed me how to play Warhammer in like college, and
Hmm.
I was so
Mhm.
mortified by it. I like made an
Yeah.
entire game. Just like, why does this take 4 hours?
Just to make it
Why does this
simpler.
cost so
Yeah.
much?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So where's like the best place for people to buy the game? And since our community is a lot of gamers, I know you mentioned some already, but like what are some games that's like if you like these video games, you'll probably like Aegis?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's like Advanced Wars, Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics,
Oh, yeah.
things like that for sure. Um,
Mhm.
there's like a lot of focus on making interesting decisions and resolving the game within 20, 30, 40 minutes,
Oh,
rather than
nice.
like taking out the book. And Warhammer requires like a textbook for every army and all that, so we tried to avoid
Hmm.
that. But yeah, no, just like build a cool team. You want team comp stuff, make cool
Mhm.
decisions, combine robots together. We're still the only combining robot game somehow.
Yeah, that's a
um
really, really cool,
yeah,
core design element.
yeah.
So yeah, where is the best place to buy the game?
Robotstrategygame.com. We have
Oh,
two
okay.
web stores. I need to like merge them together, but yeah, you can get them kind of like directly from that. We also have a Square store, which I need to just relink to on our website,
Mhm.
zephyrworkshop.com. But yeah, it is now available, um, and you can get it uh, via that.
Oh, yeah.
And for everyone that's curious, there will be a link in the show description
Oh, cool.
having
Oh yeah,
the link to the link tree, so you can check out all the socials and
Nice.
everything and the stores.
yep.
Hell yeah. I got a
Steven?
couple questions. So do you draft to play? Like and is there like is there power levels as in like, oh, this guy costs 5 of your, you know, drafting points or anything like that?
I'm glad you asked. So yeah, no, when you open the box up, it's all pre-sorted for you into pre-built
Okay.
teams. So you just like pick a character and go, and they have their own robots.
Cool.
And then once you're like used to the game, yeah, there's like drafting you can do, or you can just go ham and like make your own team. There's no like restrictions on what can go on to a team. You can use like 5 A robots if you just want to like punch people in the face. Or you can have like one of each type to give yourself like more combining options. Uh, but yeah, no, it's very open ended, and it is surprisingly balanced for
Hmm.
the amount of stuff in the game. And yeah, there's just like all sorts of weird, cool things you can do. But yeah, no matter what, just pick 5 guys. Um,
Was the hex grid originally the idea? Because obviously, you're saying about trying to, streamline it, 30-minute games. Like, it feels like hex could be quite. There could be a lot of cat and mouse sort of stuff going on at the end game. Um,
Mhm.
Yeah, was that originally an intent to have a hex grid, or
It's
did it
like
evolve into that?
originally, like way back, the first prototypes of the game were like inch based, like used like a ruler. But then we
Okay,
realized
so
that was like,
Warhammer style.
yeah, you realized if you show any random person a ruler, they U-turn and run away. So we
That was my initial
so we
thought when you
committed to
said
like a
ruler. I
grid.
was like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, we committed to a grid, and then we just throughout like various iterations of the game, we've been making the board like smaller and smaller and smaller, like uh in terms of like number of hexes, so you can get into the
Hmm.
action faster, and there's like not so much like chasing and running around the rosy. To get yeah, so we did a lot of balancing and like thinking about like how the map works, and so the games wouldn't stall out.
I
Um,
I think
yeah.
at PAX when you were demoing the game out for me and Tommy, you showed that like the board, like the actual grid like folds out in multiple different ways depending on how many people you have playing, correct?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So you have like a big board, right? That's like you play use it for like 4 player, like everyone starts in a corner, but you literally fold it in half, and it's a 2 player board on the other side,
That's cool.
and
Love
so
that.
it was cute. And if you like flip it over, there's a different 2 player board, so it's a 3-sided board. If you can
Sick.
like mentally envision it, but yeah, no. So the 2 player board's made to be like smaller, quicker, and faster.
Cool.
Like a new thing that we put into the sequel.
Look
Very
at you
Cool.
cool.
using the back side of the board. Get
Yeah,
out of
dude.
here, Monopoly.
On that note, though, just like iterating design, I'm very curious because on the consumer perspective, and this is admittedly more from my experience with tabletop role playing games instead of board games, but like a lot of the times, a lot of the products I've gotten, like it just feels like there's a lot of things that slip through the cracks rule wise where there's not enough clarifications or things like straight up contradict each other, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
did no one play test this? I was just kind of wondering on your side, like, if you could speak to what play testing Aegis was like and like how much time you put into that and that kind of
Oh,
thing.
I can. Oh, I man, I have so many. So like a lot of my like contract work is like writing rules and like just doing like languagey technical writing stuff. I think it's a pretty open secret that a lot of board games that get shipped don't play test all of their content, and sometimes their rule book is just like the last thing that they work on, and they throw it
Hmm.
together like a day before they print the game.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so And that's like, I mean, there's like 5,000 games that come out a year, so it's
Mm.
Yeah.
really vast generalization. But God, there are a lot of games with like bad rule books, and I
Yeah.
Hmm.
think a lot of people do just end up learning the games from YouTube videos anyway. So now it's like
Hmm.
even more discouraged to like make a good rule book.
Wow.
Um,
Damn.
but yeah, no, we tested like a lot. Uh, there's like a lot of like unique abilities and stuff in our game, and there's like all sorts of like dumb, weird, really specific corner cases
Hmm.
that like our test. We have like a whole community of like hardcore players in Discord that will like find all the nitty-gritty stuff. But the for the most part, like yeah, no, like the core rules of the game are pretty straightforward, and you don't really run into anything too stupid. And you're always learning, right? When you ship a game, it's like, well, what did people get confused by in the end? And it's like so far, like not really that much. Most people don't get confused a lot because we released Aegis a couple of years ago and we like really redid the rules, like the rule book writing. I'm like looking what I wrote like pre-COVID, and I'm like, what is this? So like yeah, no, so I went through with like a fine tooth comb and made the rules even better. And inevitably, when I come up with another one a couple of years from now, I'm gonna look at the rules that I wrote last year. I'm gonna be like, what is this? And just
Of
like
course,
make
of
it
course.
but no, so far so good. Like a lot of the people who got their games after Kickstarter haven't been super confused by it. We have a couple good videos too. And then like the hardcore players like on our Discord will like play the game at like a high level that no other random convention goer will ever play it at. And they'll
Mm.
find like all the really interesting like balancy stuff and like weird corner cases. And then like
Hmm.
we just have like a page on our website that kind of goes through all of them. It's like if you're using this specific guy in this specific situation against this other specific guy, XYZ. But
Yeah.
the, these things don't come up in normal games.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So
Um,
you said you've worked on some other games as well. What other, if you can say, what other games have you worked on?
Oh yeah. So speaking of like big Kickstarter IP games, like around like COVID times, one of my first big things was the Batman the Animated Series
wow.
Adventures, like
Oh wow.
miniatures game. There's like 50 Batman miniatures games, but I worked on the one that is Batman the Animated Series. Um,
So I was curious about your team. You're saying obviously you make board games. So is that you've got writers and designers, and do you have I guess 3D animators for minis and stuff as well, or
oh yeah, usually when like a game comes up, like like especially these really big production games, there can be as many as like, dozens of people who work on them. But usually it's like
Mm.
on the box it says the designer and the artist. But no, there's like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Aegis's credits are like comically large.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, like usually they'll get like one or two modelers that 3D model everything in like ZBrush, and then uh that's yeah, usually yeah, you get like a really specific type of 3D artist guy to make all your miniatures. And there's like the graphic designers and the illustrators and yeah, copywriters, and then like however many people actually are designing and developing the game. If the game's like a
Mm.
little
So what
baby
was
game and it's smaller.
how, how did it feel? Obviously, you drew all your original art for your first game. How did it feel to see a 3D representation like in your hand for the first time of art that you made?
Oh, I know. No, it's very satisfying. Like the first time, like you get like the factory prototypes or whatever. Like, oh wow, this is a thing that exists. It's so good. I love this. And then you notice a typo, and then it's like, oh, this is bad. Or it's like, oh, why are the colors so screwed up? Because printing is hard. And then you're like, please fix it. And your factory is like, we don't know what you're talking about. Here's
Fuck you.
So yeah, no, it's always really interesting. Like the whole printing and manufacturing step is like very lengthy and complicated. But
Yeah, sounds kind of
overall,
like
it does feel very good to get like your game in your hands finally.
Mhm.
Um,
I have one more question that I'm very curious about. I see on your link tree, and I went to the Steam page for it too. You do have like like a module or mod or whatever they call it for tabletop simulator for ages. I'm just kind of curious from your end if you have a perspective on like how do like board game developers feel about tabletop simulator in general, and how do you feel about like ages on tabletop simulator?
I think vast. So we most people who play Aegis play it on Tabletop Simulator. Honestly,
Oh
just
wow,
because
okay.
you're looking for like opponents online, you go
Mhm.
into our Discord and stuff. But yeah, no, I know I love Tabletop Simulator. Well, not as an app. I think the app is like dog ass, but
Right.
it is it is fit for purpose
Mhm.
most of the time. There's some better ones out there, like I don't know. There's like Tabletopia and like ScreenTop.gg and like a couple other ones, but uh, I think like our industry like has kind of leans on Tabletop Simulator like pretty heavily. Most
Okay.
games are available on Tabletop Simulator. A lot of the modules are official, and then a lot of the other time, I guess Board Game Arena is the other one. You can get your game on Board Game Arena. It's a little bit more like fancy. So I've
Mhm.
worked on a few games that have ended up on Board Game Arena. People do play games a lot on there. Um, but yeah, no, it's great. It doesn't really. I think publishers like it having like video game type mods because it doesn't really take away from the experience. Um, but it does at the same time. I don't think it really stops people from buying the physical game. It just
Yeah.
lets people play your game, and like then they'll spread word of mouth, and or like one of the five people you're playing with will end up going to buy the physical
Mhm.
game. Because playing on Tabletop Simulator is like playing with like oven mitts. Um,
Yeah.
it's usually just like not really good. And like even like our tabletop sim mod, which has like a lot of cool little bells and whistles and like automated setup and stuff. It doesn't really present the game as it is, and it usually takes like 10 or 15 minutes longer to play just
Oh,
because you're
okay.
playing on tabletop sim.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I certainly wish like the video game industry had that attitude towards like, mods and like, fan games and
Emulation,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty cool. All right. Well, let's move on to a couple of quick community questions. So, quick one from community member LF Servant 5. He's our guy in the Discord who's like has a bedroom in his house that's just floor to ceiling board games.
Board
you
games,
know?
yeah.
So his question is, in terms of the video game adaptations, what does the switch in media from video game to board game or board game to video game, so either way, add or take from the experience? So yeah, this is open to everybody, but I guess I'll kick it to you first, Breeze, if you have any big thoughts as a designer. If you like lose or gain anything either way on that.
Yeah, usually like, what you do gain is that you get to like play something with your friends in real life in a world where like couch co-op like
Mm.
just
Hmm.
doesn't seem to happen much anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so that is definitely something you gain. And then like something you lose though is like, the the fast and
Hmm.
automated visual feedback of playing a video game. Because
Yeah.
like nothing moves on its own in a board game. You have
Yeah.
to move everything. You have to set everything up. There's no
Hmm.
giant sparkle thing when you kill a guy in a
This
board
guy's
game.
clearly never played with a Ouija board.
No,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I don't.
you lose that like sense of that immediate sense of satisfaction, I guess, that video games give
Mm.
you.
Yeah. Um,
It
yeah.
it is.
Sorry, go ahead, Stephen.
Sorry, it is funny though when talking about like that immediacy and tactile feedback of video games. There's nothing that upsets me more, and like just going back to Monopoly, than someone moving to their end space. Like they roll a 12 and they go to 12, and it's like, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Right.
12. It's like, again, you need that tactile, like, I need to hear it. It just
Yeah.
feels
Click,
better.
click, click,
I
click.
think
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
like board game, which something that kind of like Nintendo's just missed out on is actually making like tabletop version of Mario Party. But like I was playing the new one on the Switch while we were up in PAX, and like I was amazed by how much it actually like has some of that board game like feel to
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a scene where or there was like one game that we played where the level flooded and Hunter was stuck on an island just going around the same thing for the whole
Couldn't get
game,
off.
and his son just kept
suck.
reflooding the world over and over. And I think Hunter still ended up winning because he ran around same
Nice.
Won the
points.
minigame star.
Yeah. He just
Yeah.
kept running around the same points the most
Yeah.
or whatever. It was so funny. It was such a good time.
But
Nice.
yeah,
Like
that definitely showcases one of the things is like you can't, even if you had a board game version, you can't reenact getting a stupid little Bowser cake from Bowser.
Yeah.
Like that
Mhm.
how upset everyone gets when they hit a Bowser square or someone steals their star. Like yes, that would be upsetting in real life. Like I'll have that star chip, but actually like seeing it get stolen from you in the video game is so much more effective. And then also like I've bought Catan on like Switch and stuff in the past, and it's like, oh, we're not going to give you any tutorials. Just play Catan. And it's like, I don't know how to play Catan. So it's like, again, it's like it loses so much accessibility. Even though it's more accessible, it's accessible for people that know how to play it. And like Monopoly on like video games sucks just so much. Even though I don't have to set up, I don't have to pull down, it just isn't the same. It's just
But
nowhere near
have
as
you
good.
played Monopoly Go?
Oh my god, that game ruined 2 weeks of my life. It was so bad.
The most expensive video game ever made. That's your trivia.
You literally do
my God.
nothing in. Oh my god.
Mm.
Ugh. Yuck. Thanks, Jesse Vitelli. Was that Jesse?
Yeah, it
that's-
was Jesse Vitelli.
Plugging
Yuck.
Monopoly Go. I guess my one little insight was my experience with the Dark Souls board game is that in terms of things that are lost, I do, and this is like a duh. It's a no duh for sure.
I
Cold
can't
take,
strength build.
but
I'm weak.
no. Just the
Perfect
fact that
parry.
video games that are turn-based or card-based, like deck builders, are obviously translate much better, even in some cases, like almost one-to-one to board games. But if you take something like Dark Souls, which like the point of the loop of Souls games is mastery of memorization and skill at the combat system, and you just can't have that in a board game because you can't simulate actual combat in a board game because it's all pulling cards from random decks or rolling random numbers on dice, and that completely like strips the skill of the combat out of it. So it's like the board game has the same brutal difficulty as the video game of Dark Souls, but your only method to confront that difficulty is just rolling random dice and hoping that something good happens. It's not like I've got better at the combat, I've memorized the boss's moves, and it's like it was just a brutal slog, and we couldn't even get past like the first room. Just died and died and died, because you're just
And then there's,
hoping for
like-
good dice rolls.
There's the other thing too, where it's like in a video game, and especially in a game like Dark Souls, you die, 3 seconds later you're back in the level, everything's reset up again. But you can't do that in a board game. And it's like, okay, you die. Okay, well, I have to reset.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Everybody take a snack break.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, a lot of it is just so much like leaning into what the medium is good at. And
Mhm.
like, Souls games are built almost like entirely like on the premise of being a video game and doing things that only video games can do.
All right. I got a quick bonus question for everyone. If you had to have like a real life version, a tabletop version of a video game, just off the top of your head, which one would it be and why? Just real quick, Caden, go.
Final Fantasy Tactics, because it's turn-based and it's extremely complicated, and you could probably get a lot of depth and content out of it. Like if the sky's the limit on the production of it, just have the little miniatures.
So just go play Aegis. Okay. Steven.
Paper Mario.
Nice.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah.
It just makes it writes itself.
Yep.
But
the last one has a board game element to it.
Yeah.
Origami
the
King
turning
style.
thing. Yeah, Origami King. Yeah.
All right.
Turn-based combat.
What you got, Steven, for your video game turned into a board game?
The end section of Inscription, because it's dual discs, baby.
Oh,
yeah, freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual disc, and it actually works. Like,
all right, Breeze. What
I was actually thinking. Sorry.
No, you're good, Breeze. What do you got?
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like it's so good. It's like it just translates so well. You have a pop-up book.
Yeah.
And
oh my god. Yeah.
I feel like you could also have because they do those fourth wall breaking summons and stuff, like a big fan or a lemon and stuff, and it's like, stand 5 meters back away from the table and blow as hard as you can, and if the other character gets knocked over, they take 10 damage.
Yeah, exactly. You can do all sorts of stuff like that. You can do stuff with stickers and the lore.
That sounds hype as hell.
The lore that I heard from a friend of a friend of a friend, though, is the reason now you don't see any Nintendo board games is that Nintendo has some sort of edict that the board game adaptation of their video games cannot have any of the same mechanics as the video game.
Oh my god, that was the Shiggy stuff with Kingdom Battle. He was like, as long as Mario doesn't jump, you can make it a game
Doesn't-
strategy
no, it's-
game with Mario.
Isn't jumping like a main component in the
It-
second
it
game?
is.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
so obtuse. Like I think there's
Yeah.
like they made like an 8-bit Mario game that you might have seen at Target a few years ago. But I don't think it actually plays or does anything similar to like the Mario video game at all. It's just like it just looks like Mario.
I've got the
Just
And it's-
tabletop
that's why, yeah,
Mario
you know,
platformer.
So dumb.
Yeah,
So
it's very
dumb.
weird.
All right,
Yeah.
so my
I think the only
answer.
game that ever had one was like the Fire Emblem apparently just has a TCG, and apparently it's pretty good.
I had no idea that
It's in
existed.
Japanese only, but it's neat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my
yeah.
answer to my stupid question was going to be the beginning of Inscription, and I want some Hills Have Highs mud man to come pick me up
Rip it
and
out your
rip my
teeth.
teeth and throw me in a shack, and
It's
I have to go
escape
solve.
room with a
Yeah, I have to
board
go
game.
solve escape room puzzles,
Immersive
and then
4D
play
experience.
it. Yeah, and play weird card game with him, and then
Yeah.
die.
I was thinking
Yeah.
a good one and done card game. This is one that just can't exist in real life. Is Balatro, because if you get a good combo, all your cards just burst into flames. It's like
Oh man, I guarantee you some publisher out there is making a Balatro board game right now. And
Yeah.
it
mean,
will
It's
be
like
a $300
the back of the
experience.
pad, the back of the cards have to be striker pads for
Yeah.
a lighter.
Flash paper.
You're gonna somehow put miniatures into it.
PlayStack did release a set of
A Joker set.
a Joker set, and they have like
Yeah.
playing cards that are Balatra themed that are pretty cool. But yeah, what's our next question, Caden? I'm sorry to derail us.
No, you're fine. This comes in from Hunter Pearson, who went to what was the event you went to, Jota? PAX?
Yeah.
Yeah, PAX. And anyway, his question is, what is a in-game board game and a video game that's deserved a real-life adaptation? I think he, in the question, was referencing Queen's Blood, maybe from Final Fantasy VII
Gwent.
Rebirth. Yeah, so Gwent. What about the rest of you guys? What do you think?
In-game.
Anything comes to mind
I
at
have
all?
an answer of a game that I just love to see physically. I don't like the game. I actually said to Jonah that it is just a stupid chance simulator, but the physical item would be sick. Is the game from Sea of Stars? Like,
That's
this
what I was gonna
actually
say.
have the cool
Oh,
mechanical dudes and stuff, and like
Yeah.
sort of like attacking the little castle and stuff would be so cool to actually see physically.
Mhm.
I mean,
the
if
game
they tightened up that game and made it a mobile game, I'd be so in, dude.
But yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Just having like a highly produced, like literally using like clockwork
be like
engineering,
it'd be like a tin toy. Yeah.
$10,000, like only one
Yeah.
exists. Like, yeah.
Well, that's
That
the
would
whole
be sick.
thing with those games is it is just a table. You'd have to have like a
Yeah.
billiard-sized table running all the clockwork parts of that
Yeah, dude.
game.
That's sick. Any others you guys can think of?
I know everyone really likes the card game from Final Fantasy VIII. What is it called?
Yeah, Triple Triad,
Triple
right?
Triad?
Triple Triad. Yeah.
I'm so surprised they haven't made a physical
There's
of
I was
that.
about to say there is a game
Yeah.
called Cell Swords Olympus by Level 99 Games.
Ah,
That is just Triple Triad.
hell yeah.
So if anyone really likes Triple Triad, go buy Cell Swords Olympus probably
Nice.
for like $10 somewhere, and it's a great game.
Just print your own proxies to reskin all the characters as Final Fantasy VIII
Yep.
characters, and there you go. Bada bing, bada boom.
I'm trying to think of one, but I honestly, because I don't know, I usually don't get like I got my dumb smooth brain tried to play Gwent in The Witcher 3, and I was just like, I don't get it, and then I just never did it.
The hardest thing is those games that have like the survival elements. Like I've got like one of the I've got an old Lord of the Rings game that's like you got to defeat Sauron, and obviously you can fail, and usually you will fail. Is that fail condition like, oh, you could do, because if you can do Resident Evil, then you could do a Metal Gear Solid game where you're just sort of sneaking around doing stealth missions, but it's like, but failing in those games would just suck and just ruin it, like any enjoyment. Yeah. It's definitely
That's
hard.
why
Like,
you
that's-
just got to make D&D modules, because failing is fun in D&D.
You know what? A game that would get a resurgence because it got turned into cards would be the SteamWorld Quest game, which everyone bought, but was like, oh, it was all right. And everyone stopped playing it after like a day because it
I
was
beat
just
that
all
game.
right. Oh, you beat it. Oh my God.
I beat
Congratulations.
4 of like the reused Dragon bosses that were identical.
Because like I was like, yeah, it's got some ideas. I just don't care. But it was just like, but I think if I had the cards, I'd be like, I love that art style. Fantastic. I love the SteamWorld art
Yeah,
style.
dude. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that's our community questions, and we'll be right back for our game. All right. The game I have prepared for you this week is called Guess the Adaptation. I have 10 video game IP for you. I'll give you 2 options of game titles. One is the title of an actual board game adaptation for that video game IP, or an expansion for the board game. And the other option is just some shit I made up, or like a mobile game or something like that. So I will, I suppose after each question, we'll just go in an orderly fashion. We'll start with Breeze, Jonah, Steven. Just go in that order and tell me A or B. And then I will tell you if you're correct after I get everybody's guess.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. The first IP I have for you is The Witcher. Your 2 options are A, The Witcher Monster Slayer, or B, The Witcher Old World. Which one is the video game adaptation? Breeze, what is your answer?
Video.
Sorry, board game adaptation. My bad.
B, because they always just have to pick something like pretentious sounding.
Jonah, what is your answer?
I was going to say B too, because it sounded
Nice.
pretentious.
Steven, Monster Slayer or Old World?
Well, yeah, Monster Slayer is such a bad name, but it sounds like because The Witcher, the books are so old, and they had the old TV series and stuff, Hexen and Hexer or whatever it was called back in the day. Like, it feels like it could have had a board game way back then, and it would have been called Monster Slayer because that's a really dumb like '90s name to give it, So let's go with A.
All right. The answer was B. Ding, ding, ding.
Damn.
Breeze and Jonah got a point. Monster Slayer is a shitty mobile game that's like trying to capitalize on the Monster Hunter Go thing, where you just go around and like a monster appears on your screen and you just tap
Yeah, I
it until
remember
it
that
dies.
came up. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Dan would have played it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Question number 2. We have Bloodborne. The options are A, Bloodborne Blood Moon Box. B is Bloodborne Nightmare Orphan. Breeze, what is your answer?
Nightmare Orphan. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go with that for the memes.
Nice. Jonah?
I'm going to go A on this one.
Okay. Steven?
Yeah, I'm guessing it'll be like the Moon Presence like expansion. So I'm gonna go with A.
You nailed it. It is A, Blood Moon Box, the expansion to the Bloodborne board game. All right. Nightmare Orphan sounds good though, right? I just made that one
It
up.
does. That was good. I was like, yeah, Orphan to Cause could be true.
Nightmare Orphan.
All right.
Placenta baby.
Placenta baby. Question number 3 is Assassin's Creed. Is it A, Assassin's Creed Rebellion, or B, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice?
Ooh.
Breeze, what is your
Ooh.
answer?
Both of these sound like Steam board games. A.
Alrighty,
Yeah, A.
Jonah.
I'm going to go B, just because it sounds so like Ubisoft half-assed.
Yeah.
Brotherhood of insert place here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rebellion.
they could do so many maps if they just said Brotherhood of and they just did a Brotherhood game. Yeah, that is interesting. I'll go A though because that sounds more like a game.
All right, it's B, the shitty generic one.
Damn, no way.
Rebellion is a really bad mobile game that's like Fallout Shelter meets like, it's like a side scroller turn based, and you choose like here's a good situation. Do I want to stab the guy in the back or run across
Oh my
the
god,
roof?
really?
And the graphics are like chibi, but anyway.
I'm definitely gonna check that game out. That sounds rad.
Yeah. All right, number 4, we have Slay the Spire. A, Slay the Spire Downfall, or B, Slay the Spire Hallow Nest. Breeze, what is your
I
answer?
know it. I know it's
Oh.
A.
Okay. The board game guy claims he knows it. The guy who makes board games and knows all about board games. What do you guys think?
Hey.
Jonah goes next, so
Yeah, I said A.
Okay, sorry.
yeah. I'm like, unless they did do a collab with Hollow Knight, it's not going to be
Mhm.
Hollow Nest, so it'll be A.
Nice. Yes, you didn't take the bait, Steven. Hallow Nest is a fan-made mod of the Slay the Spire video game, and Downfall is an expansion to the Slay the Spire board game that is based on a fan-made mod of the video game. It's circular,
Wow, that's
baby.
cool.
Ouroboros. It's made official.
Oh wow.
All right,
Okay,
here we
well,
go.
that's
My
cool.
friend works on that.
hmm Oh, hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Number 5, Resident Evil. Our options are A, Resident Evil Survival Unit, or B, Resident Evil 2 Malformations of G B Files.
Please be
what is
B.
it?
What?
Will you say those again?
B.
We got B for Breeze, okay?
Will you say those again for me?
Yeah, so we have A, Resident Evil Survival Unit, or B, Resident Evil 2 Malformations of G B Files.
Jesus Christ.
So dumb.
I'm gonna say A on this one.
All right,
Yeah,
Steven.
I'm gonna lock in A on this one.
Surprisingly, it is Resident Evil 2 Malformations of G B
Are you
Files. The
serious?
expansion to the Resident Evil 2 the board game. Nice
That's
one,
how
That is
you
the
Breeze.
make-
worst
That,
title.
that's how you make something sound more enticing on a Kickstarter. If it's like
Yeah,
a box
baby.
of air and like one book, you just put a really
I
long
can't even
title on
understand the name of this. It must be incredible.
it. Exactly.
I think Survival Unit is like a mobile game that's about to come out. It had a really weird like anime intro trailer that came out, but anyway. All right, number 6, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. A, Horizon Soldiers of the Sun, or B, Horizon Light of Motoram.
Did you say
That's so dumb.
That's really funny.
That's some Mad Max like wording.
He is hilarious for different reasons, but no, I'm gonna say
We need the
A.
gasoline for the motor ram.
We're gonna go
Okay,
A on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go A because it's also dumb but less dumb. I don't know.
All right. You all are correct. It is A. Light of Motoram is a very heavily inspired by Horizon, like Korean or Chinese video game or something that's about to be sued by Sony for copyright infringement of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
It kind of looks better.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, actually. All right, number 7, Monster Hunter. Option A, Monster Hunter, Hunter's Arsenal, or B, Monster Hunter, Outlanders.
Ooh, these both sound good.
Yeah, what do
Hunter's
we got, Breeze?
Arsenal sounds like a DLC pack where you pay $5.
Yeah, like you get a whole
bunch.
bunch of weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do B.
Okay, Jonah.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Breeze on this one. Go B.
Yeah,
I think I'm too far behind, so I'll go the
Hell
opposite
yeah.
and go with the A.
It paid off, Steven. What is
Yeah.
a DLC pack for a board game if not an expansion called Hunter's Arsenal that includes 6 new playable hunters in the Monster Hunter World board
Oh my
game?
god, you were 100% correct. Breeze. Hey, you might
Outlanders
have
is
gotten
a
the
new-
answer wrong, but you were correct about what it was.
Yeah. The cynicism was on point. All right, and Monster Hunter Outlanders is a new Monster Hunter mobile game coming out that is hero based, a gacha based, and freemium
Ugh.
sucky dry mosquito based.
Let's go!
Yeah.
All right, it's getting close here. Jonah had an early lead, but Breeze and Steven, you've pulled up right behind him. So Jonah's at 5 points, and Breeze and Steven are tied with 4. And number 8, World of Warcraft. Option A, World of Warcraft Burning Crusade. Option B, World of Warcraft Rumble. Breeze, what is your answer?
That's annoying.
B? B?
You're picking B, Rumble. Okay, Jonah.
I'm gonna say B as well because I'm pretty sure A is just a World of Warcraft
It's the expansion.
Yeah.
I would say that as well, but I feel like Rumble is like a mobile game. Like that is a mobile game. I'm gonna go with A,
Mario
and they just
Rumble.
decided to do a TTRPG of Burning Crusade because I guess that's like one with Artorias or not Artorias, whatever it is in freaking World of Warcraft.
the Zerk analog of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You're correct, Steven. There's a board game adaptation of World of Warcraft with an expansion called Burning Crusade that's probably based on an expansion of the actual video game called Burning Crusade. And Rumble was a planned mobile game that never saw the light of day and was canceled. So there you go.
Rumble
What?
did come
Don't
out.
you guys have phones?
really?
Isn't that what the dude said at the...
That was
Oh,
Diablo. Yeah,
yeah.
God.
Portal.
No, I think Rumble totally came out. It just took 10 years, and I think it was only live for like 12 months.
Oh, they unreleased it.
Oof.
Damn.
Unreleased. Yeah, that's one word for it.
All right, here we go. The
Pulled it back by its
penultimate.
umbilical cord.
I need to unrelease myself, guys.
All right, number 9, The Elder Scrolls. Option A, The Elder Scrolls Gold Road. Option B, The Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era. All right, Breeze, what is your answer?
Ooh.
Betrayal at the House
B.
on the Second Era.
Let's do B. Longer name. Looks better on a Kickstarter page.
I'm
Sure.
I'm going A because I think I've seen it, and I think it is Golden Road.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I have also heard of it, and plus it makes it sound like it's more linear, so it would just make for a more understanding of a board game. So yeah, Golden Road.
All right, you both took the bait. The answer is Betrayal of the Second Era. Gold Road is an expansion to The Elder Scrolls Online, which is probably where you've seen it on Steam advertised. Now, we're in an interesting situation here because Breeze pulled ahead and now, pulled up, I should say. So you all are tied now with 5 points on the last question. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hell yeah.
If it's a tie, but we'll see.
You need to just give us a
come up with a third fake answer.
All right. The final question, the final mix, if you will, is Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, God.
Option A, Kingdom Hearts, Perilous Pursuit. Or option B, Kingdom Hearts, Missing Link. Please, what is your answer?
Oh my god.
Perilous Pursuit or Missing Link.
Try that.
Jonah, Perilous Pursuit or Missing Link. You're all out of lifelines. You may not call a friend.
I feel like Missing Link is the really... I want to say it's the shitty mobile game, but I think it is the mobile game, and I think a lot of people actually really liked it. So I'm going to go A.
The mobile game was Key or something. X Key, I think.
Yeah, it was called like... yeah,
Missing Link, Chain, Key, Friends, Heartless.
He solved it.
Yep. You're in a Nomura's right now.
I'll go with B.
You unzipped the zipper on Nomura's jumpsuit and slid inside of it and became him. Okay, the answer is actually Perilous Pursuit. I don't know anything about this game, but Missing Link was actually also a planned and then canceled mobile game. I think Steve was right. There's one that came out called like Kingdom Hearts X, but you're supposed to pronounce it like Key or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's me. All right, so we have a tie here with Breeze and Jonah down to 6 points. So I have a tiebreaker. I've thought about this in the background the whole game, and I think it's a pretty fair way to come up with a winner. I want you each to tell me how many board games you've personally developed and released, and whoever has the highest number is the winner.
Wait, what?
Breeze, you go first.
Like that, like 20 or something.
20. Okay, Jonah, and how many board games have you released?
21.
Oh wow! Well,
Damn.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dark
Well, I
Horse.
haven't done the answer 0, and now you're disqualified for lying. And
Ah!
the answer is you activated my trump card. Congratulations, Breeze! You're the winner of
Wow.
Guess the Adaptation. You can keep your video game, your board game developer card.
I love that you're sitting here. You're like, man, if we get into a tiebreaker, I'm just gonna screw my other podcast mate.
Maybe. All right. Well, congratulations, everyone. We've made it to the end of the podcast. We did it. Pat yourselves on the back. It's time for final thoughts. Jonah, as the godfather of the debate, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are: go check out an original board game. Go check them out. They're freaking cool. Go check out Aegis. It's honestly one of the coolest, most original like ideas that I've seen for a game. So it's pretty badass. But we got merch, and shout out to Hunter Pearson again, because our new logo design is awesome, and you can get that on a t-shirt. If you like our old design, we still have those in our store, and we still have guidance stuff up. Go check it out and support the show. And if you don't want to spend money to support the show, leave a comment, like the video, do something, interact with us. Love you.
All right, Breeze, as our guest, what are your final thoughts? This can just be literally anything at all. It doesn't have to be related to anything.
I personally agree. People should go buy a shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. And I hope I get to work on some more video game adaptations at some point. I work on
Do you?
Oh, really?
After I
No, man,
dragged
worked
them
on,
through
like,
the
5
mud.
or 6 of these now, and they've all gotten canceled without getting announced. And I'm like, okay.
Damn.
Damn.
I
You still-
love personally, I love wasting my time on Earth. It's like
Yep.
uncanceled project. It's so good. But yeah, no,
Damn.
yeah, look at original ideas. Support original homies doing podcasts or making board games.
We'll look at him.
Yep. Hell yeah, cool. Steven, final thoughts?
My final thoughts is that like I actually feel now like I want to get into that the tabletop online thing, because obviously we can't couch co-op together, but it would be so dope just to get around and
Fuck yeah,
have a
dude.
couple bevies and play some board games would be sick.
Do you
Yeah.
guys want to play Dark Souls, the board game, on tabletop?
for the lols, dude. That might be a time. We'll just get through like one encounter and it'll take us like 3 hours.
They need like a virtual table flip mechanic if you're gonna have a
I think they
tabletop.
do.
Like, oh really?
Yeah, you can flip the table in tabletop. So it's the best part of the whole thing.
No, I bet somebody's fan modded that game into being playable.
Probably.
It's been around long enough.
Yeah.
There's somebody on Tabletop Simulator who's like, okay, I'm just redesigning the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even doubt it.
All right, my final thoughts are, thanks to Jonah for hitting up the conventions and networking. Thanks to Breeze for coming on the show. I mean, it's just really, really sick
Oh,
to have someone like you as a guest who's like really in the industry and doing it and giving us the insight. So yeah, hell yeah, check out Aegis. And my final thoughts are, I just realized in like the past 2 minutes that my headphones are like backwards. Like I've got them 180 degrees this whole time. So yeah, as always, keep debating. Bye.
Bye. Should I just go super off the wall and just start talking nonsense about it? Before there were video games, there were toys, and before toys, there were board games.
Yeah, dude, whatever you feel.
Just
Get your little curly British judge wig out.